Hello. I hope everything's working. Oh, although I have to say, as though it's droning and noisy, this is one of the best things I ever bought in my entire life. And it matches. It made me happy. Anyway. But no, this massage pillow is amazing. Anyway, the light's going out on one side, but that's because it gets used a lot. Hello. I'm having some technical issues today. We're gonna power through, but my USB splitter, which I had right here, my USB splitter has given up the ghost. Yeah, this thing. So I can have a microphone or I can have a mouse, but I can't have both. So you'll see me doing this a lot. Oop, right on your nose. Oop. All right, so I'll just see what I can do about this mess. Anyway, here we are. Oof, we got stuff to cover today. We've got some good stuff and we've got some stuff. And we have a cute overlay, and we're here together, and we're going to the news together. So, and I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on, please. We have epic, like Lord of the Rings level troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. Even the gods agree. It's raining here in Chicago, and I've got the window open, so got some rain going and a little bit of thunder. Anyway, if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. So, all right, today we're doing a neutral nail today, and we're doing the pulp tarot. Okay. Foof. I'm used to. Where's my mouse? My mouse. Anyway, on today's episode, George Santos was sentenced to 7.25 years, 7.25 years in prison. We'll get there. Now, on the other side of the FBI has arrested a judge for allegedly interfering with ICE detaining an immigrant. And a new executive order from the White House targets the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, which was written to prevent all kinds of credit discrimination, including sex-based, for women, raising alarms over women's financial independence. Yay. Yes, DL, can we get Santos to El Salvador? Anyway, all right, so if I can get here, if I can get the cursor on there, I can use the little arrow buttons to move around, in theory. Okay, 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Oh, and I have a nice piping hot cup of tea. All right. So, do you remember George Santos? It's understandable if you don't, but he's the con man scumbag who lied to everyone, completely falsified his history to become a representative in Long Island. Didn't he say he went to Harvard or something, or he had worked at Goldman Sachs, and he had gone to some prestigious university, and it was all lies. It was just all lies. But they needed his vote in the House of Representatives, so they let him keep his seat until there was another election. And today, this morning, just this very morning, he was sentenced to, not for fraud, for all kinds of fraud. He was sentenced to 87 months in prison. Divide that by 12, you get 7.25. 7.25 years in prison if he gets if he serves the whole thing. And this is what we're going to look at. But oh, that's hot. Okay. Oh, well, I know it may not seem like enough, or we're going to take our wins where we can get them, but we are going to look at this. So, I mean, the question really is, will he serve the bulk of that sentence, or will he scam enough money to pay President Dumpster for a pardon? Because this is federal. So, we're going to be reading on the Wisconsin judge. Is question number 3. I don't know anything about a New Mexico judge. Sorry. But anyway, George Santos. I don't care that he was a cross-dresser. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care that I don't care that he's gay. I couldn't care less. It's that he's a scumbag. That's what matters here. He's a con man. He's a fraud. Do you know when it came time, because he was convicted before, I think did he plead guilty? Maybe. But when he was sentenced today, there was nobody who stood up for him. Nobody even sent in a letter. No friends, no family. Nobody vouched for him. No one vouched for him. Which shows you just how many people he scammed. Oh, and the cards are coming right off the top of the deck, it feels like. So, Cat Toy says, doesn't he have to serve the bulk of his sentence before he can be pardoned? Nope. Alas, no. There are other countries where you have to do that, but here, no. You do have to admit guilt, but he's already done that. So, oh yeah, there's the dumpster himself. The man. And let me know if the sound from outside is bothering you, please. I was hoping it would be kind of soothing, the rain, but all right. High Priestess, 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands. Oh, okay. This kind of speaks to what he did, and that, from a distance, actually looks a little bit like him. Anyway, he had secrets. We know that. He used campaign money to get Botox, to buy an Hermes bag, I believe, some Ferragamo shoes. I'm trying to think what else. He got a bunch of stuff. But this was how he was playing fast and loose. And he was willing to toe the party line, so that's how he got as far as he did. But here these are people in red walking away, and this is stirring up trouble. It's possible somebody might stir up the hornet's nest a little bit by maybe trying to do something good for him, but on the whole, these are minor arcana and they are weak. Oh, Chris, cool, thank you. Trips to Vegas and Atlantic City. There we go. Yep. I don't know if everybody can see the description box, but quite often questions you come in with, they're in the description box. They're already anyway. So these are weak cards, as in nobody willing to go out on a limb for him. Why would you? Rose Boo says if he had bought those directly from China, he would have saved big money. course, I can't think of big money without thinking about the jingle for Menards hardware store. Those of you familiar with Menards, save big money. You save big money when you shop Menards. I had a boss, one of my bosses years ago in the bookstore. He just walked by randomly singing, "Shave big monkeys, you shave big monkeys when you shop Menards." Anyway. Shave big monkeys. How much money can he, seriously, if he wants a pardon, he's going to have to pay for it. If he can come up with the money. But what good is he going to do anybody? He's not in power. He has no power. So the law is coming after him. If he could somehow con somebody out of a whole lot of money, somebody might take pity on him, like the dumpster, but you have to be a real fool, and it would have to be a huge amount of money to buy something from Dumpy. There's really no upside for President Dumpster. So Jennifer Parr says, "I'll never sing it any other way now." If you ever go to Menards, if you're ever into Menards, they play the jingle over the overhead every once in a while. So, Ace of Wands. It feels like they gave him another chance by letting him stay in Congress. That helped him for a while, but everybody knows what he would. I'm sorry, but this isn't. The man was just convicted of fraud. This is not the first time he's been accused of fraud. This is an ongoing. Does anybody honestly believe that he's going, if somebody gives him a pardon or lets him out, that he's going to go be on the straight and narrow? But for now, the weed of crime has borne bitter fruit. Crime has not paid. The shadow knows. Anyway, okay. So at 1310, if I can, oh no, let's use this is the arrows. Again, I have no mouse today, and my computer does not. I know a lot of people. My mother uses the touchpad all the time, but anyway. That fruit looks so lovely today. Fruit. The apples? I do have some apples back there, but I'd be amazed if you could see them. Didn't have anywhere to put them, so I've got a little container there with 6 apples. I'm working my way through. That's all. So Debsy, actually, we just did this. So Goral was asking about George Santos. Debsy was wondering about the pardon, and there's 3 more cards on that. Again, these cards are coming straight off the top of the deck. I think this guy's done. They came after him. He's feeling all beaten up. He just got 87 months, 7.25 years in prison for George Santos. And Ace of Wands, maybe this is a maybe. It's out there because we know that if you can come up with enough money and somehow you can get it into Donald Trump's pockets, you can buy a pardon. I hate to say it, but does anyone here actually believe that's not true? But, all right. So quite often people don't serve especially for nonviolent crime, quite often they don't serve the full term they are sentenced to. overcrowding, whatever. But I'll take this as a win. We'll take the W today. Yeah. So anyway, now this is a little disturbing. At 15:30. So both Casey Gorel and Uncover the News were asking, because this is a little distressing. Judge Hannah Dugan, Dugan. Hannah, as in a woman. Surprise! So a judge from Milwaukee has been arrested by the FBI for allegedly interfering with ICE detaining an immigrant. So I have not been able, this news was breaking when I started getting ready this morning, so I haven't been able to find any details yet. Have we heard anything more about what she did? Veronica says, good. I hope that's about George Santos and not this judge. But a judge in Wisconsin, remember what a swing state that is? But a judge in Wisconsin, a woman, a female judge in Wisconsin, has been arrested by the FBI because she allegedly got in the way, interfering with the detaining of an immigrant. Desert Dawn says she let the guy go out the jury door to avoid ICE. So they arrested her? Jane Doe says, I think ICE attempted to arrest someone without a warrant in her courtroom. Oh, Supreme Court. Hi. If you think this can't happen to you, you're more deluded than I already think you are. And when I say the Supreme Court, of course, I do not mean the sanity on the left on the court. And it says the man was in her court for misdemeanor charges. Okay, thank you. TJ says that should ruffle SCOTUS. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is... Whew. Okay. I am blessed and grateful that, as far as I'm aware, I have a healthy heart. Thank you. I have other problems, but at least there are a couple of things that I've been blessed. I mean, I'm deeply grateful for my blessings. No, many things, but specifically this. But just now, I just felt my heart, my whole chest be like, which usually is a signal that this is going to be a big deal. You do not mess with judges. And it isn't even necessarily that MAGA is going to do anything or care or any of that. It's that the judicial system is going to be like, oh. So the first cards I'm getting, you know that ICE agents have a quota, and it's a ridiculous quota. Yeah. Is that getting too loud? Just let me know. Let me know if it's getting too loud out there. I'm enjoying the cool rain air, but you let me know. She was also just helping someone in a very minor way. Very minor. There's disappointment. Two of Wands. This is far-right communication. And here's the thing. Did they really try to arrest him without a warrant? Lewis says, I don't hear anything but you. Thank you. It's fine. It says Beth. Okay, thank you. I'll get to that in just a second. Let's do. Hang on. But do tell me, are we sure that they were trying to arrest this guy without a warrant? Because you arrested a judge for a warrantless because they had somebody go a different way to did she just flat out say it was to avoid the ICE agents? Because I doubt she would say that. Retelling's voice is still reading. Oh, thank you. Yes, Dave, the judge is a woman. Yes, I was pointing that out at the beginning because this is where we started. This is where this starts. Do you know where it goes from there? 3 major arcana cards. Chaos of the Moon, Star, Chariot. And says, I just wanted him because he was here illegally. Okay. Jane Doe says, Judge Hannah Dugan was arrested by the FBI for giving an immigrant sanctuary in her chambers when ICE showed up to snatch him without a proper warrant or due process. And says she's also 65. Oh. Ho ho. Chaos. Star. This isn't the justice card, but this is it feels like her position is very high. Chariot. And you just did what? Patrick is saying this ain't gonna end well for ICE. Yeah. Alden Pond says agents told the judge they were there to effectuate an arrest and showed her an administrative warrant. Oh, okay. Patrick says, and with the chariot, I'm guessing it won't take long for the Supreme Court to wake up. Yeah. Okay, well, what do you think, sweetheart? What do you think? Was that really, really stupid? Yes, we think it was really, really stupid. There's Boo Boo. Waking up from his nap. Oh, man. Chris Cole says star feels like a lot of light. Yep, high up. So, isn't Kash Patel in charge of the FBI? Basically the Supreme Court would have to get involved, and is the Supreme Court going to be like, no? Well, enough of them, because I don't trust Alito or Thomas to do anything decent ever. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Of course, says, yes, he bragged about arresting a judge on X. Ooh. Disappointment, to put it mildly. That's a card for the reading. So we've got a big old temperance card of their plan. King of Cups. This is, you name it. This is all kinds of people of a more liberal, I don't know, less fascist bent getting involved, speaking out. There's the Emperor. The Page of Cups. This feels like this is an easy knocking down of this stupidity. If nothing else, they're trying to chill dissent amongst judges, and I'm just not thinking that's going to. And plus the court is already, courts are already talking about holding this administration, the Department of Justice, in contempt. Susan, is it Risa or Ritza? Yes, they arrested her without a warrant, says CBS. Oh, yeah, no. Mm-mm. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. Okay, this card just fell. Ace of Swords. Did the FBI just take a 65-year-old female judge who's been on the bench since 2016, put her in handcuffs, put her in the back of a car to drive her down? Is she sitting in a jail cell right now? Really? Really? Chris Cole, they kidnapped a judge? Kind of. Retelling's voice says she was released on her own recognizance. Well, she's talking to all of her legal friends now. All kinds of lawyers. All kinds of contacts she's made over the years. Burns asking if they send her to El Salvador. I would not. I would laugh at that, but I honestly, there's nothing I would not put past these awful, awful people. Card for the reading. This fish is rotten from the head. We know that. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this was a dumb move. This was by the FBI. It was a dumb move. There's a Justice card. There's that Chaos again, Moon. There in the center. Then the Chariot card again, and the Three of Wands, waiting for their ship to come in. And boy, is it ever. Yeah, this isn't going to go well. Oh, Cece Ryder. I mean, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Quote, alleging she obstructed detention of undocumented immigrant who was wanted by federal authorities. Okay, hang on. On an administrative immigration warrant by escorting man and his attorney through a non-public jury door. I really wonder if they're going to, it kind of feels like they're going to back down quickly from this. I could be wrong, but it feels like they will. But when they back down, it isn't so much, them admitting they were wrong, which of course they'll never do, but they're still hoping this will be chilling, have a chilling effect on the other judges. How you doing? It's really raining out there. Yes, it is. Whew. Chris Cool says Kash Patel deleted his tweet immediately. Mm-hmm. Okay, put this back here. You doing okay? And he's gone. Okay. Oh, Justice card. Yeah. Yes, Woolly Kitten number 2. Cindy is with Boo Boo in front of the microphone. Autumn sounds like she's in the other room. Okay. Okay. Whew. Whew, whew. Is there any stupid thing that the dumpster fire administration won't do? Is there any cruel or just boneheaded thing they won't do? So, goodness, it's really coming down now. If you could, I'm assuming you can hear it. but it's really raining here in Chicago. Oops, sorry, make this a little more stable. Goodness. So, all right, should I do my best ASMR voice? Okay. Now this next thing is as a woman of a certain age, this is very chilling, because I remember back when it was not easy for women to get any kind of banking services on their own, and good luck getting a broker. Good flippin' luck. So if I go touch there, 3130. A new executive order targets the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, which was written to prevent sex-based credit discrimination, raising alarm over women's financial independence. According to Newsweek, quote, although the executive order cannot change the law, that can only be done by an act of Congress. If independent federal agencies abide by the order, they will stall litigation protecting women from being discriminated against for credit. Okay, it's getting really loud. I guess I need to close the window. Hang on. Okay. Goodness gracious. Okay, goodness. Okay, now it's trying to climb in through the window. Okay. And says used to need a man to get a checking account. Yep. If independent federal agencies abide by the order, they will stall litigation protecting women from being discriminated against for credit, and they will roll back guidance and regulations which were in place to protect people's rights. Okay. Veronica says we are being labeled as expendable, used only for procreation. Yes, or babysitting, which is all that older women are supposed to be good for, according to them. Hello, dear heart. You're fine. You're fine. Amy Jones says, I opened a bank account just a few years ago, and the bank still put my husband's name on it. What state are you living in? Because they might. There's some states where they almost have to, because of community property. Something. I can't remember. Anyway. Yes, gross. Cooking and cleaning and shopping, of course. So, because I tell you, if there's any kind of movement in the big banks, I promise you their bottom line is going to get hammered. There's already, there's always, there's so many people complaining that it's women going to college more, it's women getting high-paying jobs. These banks, if they start discriminating, they're going to lose customers. They're going to go under, because I'll change banks in a heartbeat. And I know some people are like, well, go to a credit union. Just where my situation, I am where I am. So where this definitely would, where this would more likely have an effect would be on government contracts, loans, small business loans, if there still are any. Ariana, I love your name. It says nothing wrong with being a housewife, nothing wrong with having a career too. Yeah. But the point is, you should be able to choose. Yeah, it's the institutions, and specifically the government. You okay? You okay there, boo-boo? Oh. See, naive me. See, I always think people aren't really this stupid, are they? Oh, come on. Really? See, I was raised with very, very strong parents and very conservative, strong parents, and in a devout Catholic household. And I have a deep and abiding fear of authority. I really do. But I was also, again, in big trouble if I did not call anyone older than me Mr. or Mrs. or Ms., specifically Mr. or Mrs. And there's still some part of me that's like, oh, these are adults. And they've achieved some level of something. So they couldn't possibly be that stupid. And yet, here we are. I don't like this chaos. And I mean, it is chaos. This is a bunch of lies. And this is women on shaky financial ground. I don't like these cards. Because we already know that the economy is taking a hit. Kaludi is saying, as a single female, I was able to get a mortgage. Excellent. But then I'm in the UK. We are more advanced. You'll be back. Now you see. Oh. Hi. You doing okay? This is just one of the many, many boneheaded, awful things. Sorry, Alden Bond. Movement. Full. Eight of Pentacles. This is women working, but in this deck, that is also a card of working under false pretenses. He's not painting her. He's doing a simple little shape so that he can ogle the naked lady. And he's done this before. Look at all the other. I don't like these cards. Logically, I'm like, no, come on. They couldn't be that stupid. I don't like these cards. So, excuse me. Okay. So, gee, what's the next question? Veronica says, we will not go back. Ding, ding, ding. You got it. All right. So, speaking of we will not go back, at 39:30. Okay, this may sound infuriating or pointless, but there's a silver lining for us. Okay? Wait for it. The dumpster fire, Trump's online store, is selling Trump 2028 hats for $50. After he said he's not joking about a possible third term, which he can't via because of the Constitution, but okay. Trump has said there are methods by which he could run for a third term. Okay, so the question here is, will he find a way to get on the ballot? Okay, here's the thing. As infuriating as that is, as ridiculous as that is, as much as we think, well, he gets away with everything else, silver lining, important silver lining here. You ready? He's just kneecapped any other Republican who might try to rise to challenge him or take over MAGA. As long as he's pushing himself for a third term, all the focus is on him, all the dumb things he's done, all the people who are angry at him. No clean slate, no benefit of the doubt. He wants all the focus on him. All the focus will remain on him. And no other Republicans can step up. So, let's see. Will this jerk manage to get on the ballot for 2028? Actually be the Republican nominee in 2028? Calling FDR. Beth Ace is a nice, stupid, narcissistic move. Yes. What this is, the cards, what they're saying is, this is just the card for the reading. This is just one more of his ridiculous ideas. This is not the first time we've dealt with this garbage. Right? The institution, the government, the emperor, right? He is the emperor, the government, he is the president. There is the MAGA cult right in the middle who are going to absolutely back him. Right? Absolutely back him. Until they can't, because of some outside force, and somebody else, minor arcana, has to somehow bamboozle their way to the front. I do believe there will be elections. I do, honestly. And I do know there's gerrymandering, and I know there can be shenanigans, but I also believe very strongly that if we get enough Democrats voting, there reaches a point where there's nothing they can do but lose. So, this is somebody struggling. So, yeah, Trump 2028. Oh, absolutely. He should totally focus on that. Totally. He should absolutely be the Republican candidate for 2028. I just pulled a few more cards. Okay, there's the cult. Trump had his victory. King of Swords, trying to change things, but no. Absolute corruption. He has his cult over here who gave him victory, but this, once you get past the legality thing, this is a big non-starter. But no, continue, please. Continue kneecapping the other Republicans. Go right ahead. Just makes it easier for us to win. Okay. Oh, Lewis said something funny, but I can't scroll back. I'm sorry. Okay, so, this. I was going to make a graphic and I ran out of time. Which is just, it's just a disappointment that I couldn't make a full graphic for this. Oh, hang on. I need to bless my mother. Just a second. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. You ready? It has come out at 46 minutes in. Do you recall way back in the dim and distant, we would talk about Ron DeSatan and Lady Macbeth, his wife? Remember? Nasty, dark days. Okay. Casey Desantis might be in trouble. Lady Macbeth, hello sweetness, might have gotten herself into a wee bit of hot water. So, there was basically Florida's Medicaid fund was overcharged. Yes, dear. And there was a $10 million settlement from a drug manufacturer. Okay? All right. There's a settlement for $10 million from a drug manufacturer. And this money is supposed to go back to Medicaid, right? Instead, that $10 million was rerouted to a nonprofit group named Hope Florida, a charity founded by Casey Desantis, Lady Macbeth herself, to help people move off government assistance into community-based programs. An investigation by state lawmakers found that after receiving it, Hope Florida transferred the $10 million to two dark money political groups that aren't required to disclose their donors. The two groups then sent some $8.5 million to a political committee that was campaigning against amendments to legalize recreational funny smoking, YouTube, and restrict access to women's health care, life-saving health care. Yeah, in the state. It was a group controlled by DeSantis' then chief of staff, now Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier. Uthmeier? I'm sure we'll find out. Republican lawmakers, including Representative Alex Andrade, say they believe the transaction was illegal. Oh, kitten. Oh, the happy kitten. Oh, the happiness. Whew. So, what's going to happen? $10 million. Yeah. Debsy's asking, didn't they funnel money to her parents? Oh, that would be just... Amy says, now she'll get a job at the White House. Yeah. Okay. All right, Lady Macbeth. The woman who wears mid-bicep high black opera gloves with light colored gowns in places where there's no reason for a floor-length gown anyway. There are some basic things even I know to check. What is the appropriate length for this event? What is the appropriate length dress for this event? Unless, of course, you are selfish, self-centered, raised in a tree. Anyway. Two of Wands. There's a lot of information's out there. Plus the fact that these Republicans in Florida are saying it's likely illegal, that does not bode well. Moon. Chaos. Star. Very prominent. King of Pentacles. He should know better. Her husband should know better. She should know better. Sweetheart, what is wrong? Here. Go on. Go on. Meow. Just take a nap. You'll be okay. Oh. You're not just Joe Schmo off the street. You're the governor's wife. Doreen says, fortunately, we don't have a dress code here in the chat. I understand that. Please don't share. If you are wearing less clothes than I am, please do not share. Oh boy. Oh. Veronica says, overalls and a flannel shirt. Excellent. Oh, but she thought she could do anything she wanted. Page of Swords. That is weak legal. This is absolute illusion, delusion, and Ace of Wands, thinking that they can just bludgeon their way through anything. Is it going to take time? But I'm going to enjoy this, I think. Ooh. That is a world card. That is an ending. That is end of book, end of chapter. This might be the end of the political Desantis. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and yeah. Charity. Yeah, you blew it. And you knew better. And even the this is the communication. Even the other Republicans are turning against you. Glorious. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to have to carry some of these questions over to tomorrow once I have a mouse working again. But let's go down to, I want to make sure I got to at least, hang on. So I've got to use the little arrow buttons. Okay, so at 54:20, Nettie had a question. 25. Okay, we are not huge fans of Senator Tom Cotton around here. We're just not. But the Senator Tom Cotton, Republican from Arkansas, will he now jump on board to impeach Fatuous 47 for not sending the disaster funds to his state, while others who are Republican also begging for funds also join the call for impeachment. I would doubt it, but they could still find ways to turn against him. But actually remove him, that might be a step too far for what they could get away with. Coral says, my spine shivers just hearing his name. Yes. And it's not in anticipation. Anyway, random pop culture references today. All right. Nope. They're just going to have to suck it up. Yeah. Rotten Tom Cotton. Yeah, I like that, Mark. That's very, very accurate. Rotten Tom Cotton. Yeah. Bunch of lies. Some of these guys are, no, I don't think these blue states should get any federal disaster funds. How dare you even ask? Oh, there's a disaster in my state. Oh, we absolutely need all the funds. Ms. Giffen says, but apparently he's not been showing up for work. Who is that? High Priestess. Magician. Yeah, you need to be smart about how you move your resources around. There's strength in the middle, but look at that, Two of Cups. And for the far right states, just horribly, horribly burdened. I saw someone actually, they took a map of the U.S. and they actually started coloring in the states that would survive without federal funding and the states that would not survive without federal funding. You want to guess the percentage of the states that wouldn't survive that were red? Yeah, and they're gutting federal funding. So, whew, yes, likes and subscribing really do help. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And they weren't all in the South. There were a lot of them in the South, but they weren't all. But anyway, so let's do a card for us at 58 minutes. Let me go down here. Oh no, let's go up here. 58, 15 cards for us. Okay. Cards for us. What do we need to know? What should we be thinking? What should we focus on? Be calm is what this is. The card for the reading is strength, and that's the key. You are in the right. You are on the right side of history. You are sticking to your beliefs, to your ethics, to decency, to kindness, to everything that you should be as a you should be as a person and a citizen. Queen of Cups right behind that. Yeah. Whereas the other side, they have bankrupted themselves morally, in many respects, economically as well. Right now, there's going to be a lot of legal upheaval. There just is. But Temperance, King of Cups, we're still here. They can't get rid of us. And it may look like they're fine, but their success is built on sand. Eroding sand. There we go. So that's going to do it for me for today. Thank you so much for being here, for going through the news with me. News with friends. All right, it is 1:13 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You are always welcome. Thank you so much. All right, please remember, you are not alone. We are in this together, all the way. And there are good days ahead, even if it seems like there aren't sometimes. They're out there. They're out there. So hang in there, all right? And I will see you later. All right, take care. Be well, be well. See you later.